everybody. Today I'm going to be going over basic Clubhouse attacks and defenses. From the last video, I didn't really hit every single like head hole, rotate hole, feet holes, etc. I'm just trying to keep video time down, but I'll hit the more important ones that like open up line of sight or like you need to have this there. But for things like default rotates and stuff, you'll just see those in the site. I'm trying to keep the video time down. I don't want to go much more than the 40 minutes that I had last time. And I go more in depth in the videos, it'll take a lot longer. If you do want to know like why you make rotate holes or head holes in certain spots, just let me know and I can go in depth more with you. But I don't want to keep the video time. I want to try to keep the video time down as much as possible. But to start, first site we're going to want to go is gym bedroom. You're going to need a castle and a bandit for this site, definitely. Bandit, Cade, two brow. I think bandit plus two brow would be really strong. Also a Jaeger or Wamai. Castle, you're going to castle off the gym door, bedroom window, and then the gym window here. You're also going to castle off your construction window. I'll kind of start with this side of the map, the hold up first. You're going to have somebody tricking this wall or denying it for as long as possible. Typically like a bandit, and you'll have some ADSs somewhere around here to stop the frags or whatever through the drone hole. You're going to have your other player play either in the bathroom, just be aware of this window if they open it, in the bathroom to help this player if the reinforcement gets open. And then if this player does get forced out, they can rotate back downstairs and stop playing from below, which I'll hit in a second, or rotate somewhere around here or even through and start playing on this bedroom wall. Next we have Logi. So in Logi, we're going to reinforce this wall here, and we're going to make some head holes here so your construction player can watch for the hatch. I'd recommend bringing something. I have a prox alarm here for the hatch drop, but you'll hear it when they open it, so that'll get you on alert. When we move into construction, we're going to have another player playing in here, so we're going to have one on the wall, one kind of flexing in the bathroom, between the bathroom and the bedroom wall to top red, or main stairs, whatever you prefer to call it. I call it main. And then you're going to have a player playing construction, and then a player playing cache. You're going to reinforce these two cache walls, and then these two CCTV walls, just to kind of cut off the early entry into the site. You can reinforce all three of those and give up the two there and the one on the bedroom wall. But I personally think denying the easy entry into CCTV is a little bit better than reinforcing these three walls. If you get forced out of this spot, you just gotta leave. That's all there is to it. I want to point out these head holes here. So with these head holes, you can deny construction jump in, bedroom jump in, and gym jump in through the feet holes there, and then you can always open up a little bit more here and play a little bit farther back of an angle. But ultimately, this player will probably get forced out pretty quick. I'm also going to reinforce this wall here in construction and have to fall back to construction or create a vault rotate hole into Logi if they're not already in there, and come back in and start either reapplying pressure here, helping, or something for the main wall, because they're probably going to open this wall, send players CCTV cache, send somebody Logi, and then post somebody up on some of these windows. Another common spot you can get some free kills from, as long as you're not like obnoxious with it, is these windows. Like I said, somebody will typically be playing here, and then you can just punch it barely, get a free kill, but you got to be careful with that. Very common, so something to be aware of. So let's say you do get forced out of construction, you drop that hatch, you can come over here to bedroom, default plant spots on this gym equipment here, because this is hard, you can't shoot through it, but they can be shot through the head holes or the feet holes. But what a lot of people will do is they'll plant here. If this hatch is open, they'll just play it from below. I mean, you can watch the entire default plant spot from below. However, if you have bottom control, you can deny the plant from pretty much anywhere. This entire floor is soft, so if you got a bulletproof valve, something, or even just normal pings like, hey, he's in the corner directly to the right, you can C4 this from below, play it from below. You can also play this window. So it's important to have somebody downstairs. You have your 4 above, and then somebody downstairs holding bar in this lounge area just to secure this area, because if they get that bomb down and then they go for post plant with a drone up there and play from below, I mean, it's pretty much a lost round, because you're going to have somebody most likely on that window, somebody on the reinforced wall out here, and then somebody playing below. I mean, that's 3 different angles you're going to be getting shot from trying to defuse the bomb. So it's important to have this downstairs control. But just a quick recap, I'd recommend also having a trap or a prox alarm on your main staircase as well, just so you don't get walked up on by a rat. Just for a quick recap, you're going to have bathroom player playing this reinforcement to support if they get this wall open. They can always fall off back here, and you are in cover. Behind this. Can't be shot through, I believe. I'm like 90% sure this cannot be shot through. So if you play this reinforcement here, you're safe. You can always swing this window, even go back there to the hallway. You're going to have your construction player. They're going to be supporting either they're going to be supporting the person playing cash and CC, or defending the Logi drop, depending on however the attack plays. And then your cash player, your job is to deny and stall for as long as possible. You're going to be denying the entry here, and then if you need to, like if you get a call like, hey, like they're hopping in now, you can fall off there. Your construction player can hold your cash door, and then you can play long plant, and then you'll have your player below holding bar and lounge area, denying the plant. Now this can be anybody, but I'd recommend somebody with a C4 or at least a gun that can open up the floor decently, not just a basic SMG, because I mean, that's full mag, barely open the floor. But if you get an accurate call, you can probably do it. And then your bottom player can always rotate up to help if these 2 players playing on the bedroom wall and bathroom get killed early. He can always rotate up to help, or construction and CCTV and cash player can fall off back into sight, and this player can remain below for the plant. That's pretty much all for defense on top floor for Clubhouse. The next site we're going to move to on Clubhouse defense is the basement. For this site, you're going to need a paid 100%, because there is 3 hatches, one being in kitchen, one being in moto, and the last being in blue. I have 2 reinforcements left. We're going to want to barricade blue and reinforce all the way down the tunnel. I just didn't feel like doing that. They're not blue, reinforce dirt and barricade it off. I'm kind of just going to forget about it. One thing I'd recommend though, if you do have a trap operator, put something here. If you have a Malusi, throw one like right there, so you do get some intel for somebody coming down, or like a prox alarm, whatever it may be. Because what people can do is they can put a drone right here and they can wallbang people. Alright, so just for some basic setup, we're going to put some feet holes here, head holes here, a vault hole here, which is something I didn't mention upstairs. If in the bathroom, if you see holes like this that aren't necessarily head holes, they look like big circles, they're vault holes. You want them different than normal rotates, because this you can crouch through, doesn't make much noise. This you get audio, and it's a little bit harder for the attackers to use it against you. This they can kind of just walk in here. So for the basic defense, you're going to have somebody playing Arsenal, one person kind of floating church and moto, one person playing blue. You're going to have to watch blue stairs and oil. And then you can have one person playing this side of Arsenal supporting this blue player. or 2 roamers. You're definitely going to need at least 1 roamer just to delay the attack from above, because if they get complete vertical control, it's a pretty easy site to lose. All of this part of Arsenal is soft. This is hard. All of this is hard. And then all of this is hard as well. So, reinforce this wall. Feet holes here, so you can play a memorial and help your blue player out. You can even get up onto here and watch it wall bang through. Head holes here to play the, not memorial, moto, if they do drop, moto's motorcycle. You can play these head holes, reinforce both of these panels, and you can shoot out above. The reason why you can shoot out above is because you can C4 over. That lands right on the main stairs. And you have a rotate for this blue player, and their job in here is to buy as much time as possible. And then you can make a rotate here or feet holes. I think feet holes are better because it doesn't allow them 2 ways in other than the doorway. So if you give them a rotate hole, they'll have 3 in other than just the 2 from the doorway and that other rotate in church. Vault hole here, so you can play across if this hatch is not open. Play inside. And then a lot of times people will open up this floor and clear this Arsenal player out real early into the round. So this rotate hole here is optional, not mandatory. It's so they can contest main stairs if they do get forced out and this hatch is closed. These high head holes are optional as well, but it does offer a nice little angle if this hatch is closed. You can play this main stairs if it's like low man count, and you know he's main stairs. I personally haven't seen this used, but I did see a YouTube video where Pro Team was using this, and they got some free kills off of that. So just something new that I think would be useful. And then this is one of the few hatches in the game you can impact trick. So if you shoot out to the left of the hatch, you can you can throw up an impact grenade and impact trick the hatch if you don't have a Cade or anything on it. That impact will blow up any thermites, abanas, aces on the hatch just to deny it. So we're gonna move upstairs and just give you some things to keep in mind of. So attackers will most likely open up this floor, all of this floor, depending on what operators they have, and then a majority of this floor as needed. The reason they open this up is just to cut off these rotates, so be aware if you're playing in Moto. You can get shot if you're just standing in the door trying to contest main stairs, so you got to take a good angle on that. And then get over here. And then the blue player will have to be aware for people walking down blue stairs and playing it from like back here, which I mean, not a great angle, but can get a kill if you swing that angle, because he's going to be able to see a bunch of you, but you're only going to be able to see barely his head. And then they'll probably send somebody down oil to contest this blue player as well. That's where the feet holes from Moto are going to come into play, because this is a one-way angle. He's got to prone this in order to get a shot on you, and if he prones it, kills you. Probably should Alt F4 the game. But this site, it's pretty easy to hold as long as you don't give up blue super fast and vert super fast. Your roamers are going to have to delay the vert for as long as possible. They don't need to like get themselves killed doing it, but just putting pressure to where attackers have to force them out. Something your roamers can do is they can shoot out like above this hatch here and somewhere around here to play this door, and then also shoot anybody that might be putting anything on this hatch. And then they can also open up this bar hatch and the stage hatch and play third floor and just force the attackers to waste time trying to hunt them down. If you can get a minute, minute and a half out of that as a roamer, that's a pretty good job. And then from there, it's going to be playing your crossfires, making sure nobody sneaks through somewhere like blue or just drops hatch for free. If they do drop hatch and your teammate dies, trade out your teammate, get the free kill. But this site is pretty easy to hold in my opinion. If the upstairs sites aren't working, this is always a good fallback plan. I do think this is also better than CCTV and cache, just because the way the metas have changed. It can be taken super quick. But yeah, play your sight lines, trade out your teammates if they drop, and don't give up early vertical control. That's pretty much all for basement on Clubhouse. For the last site we're gonna go on Clubhouse defense is CCTV cache. The most important part of holding this site is the garage. It is you're going to need 4 reinforcements dedicated to garage, and it's not even a part of the site. Hitting plant in here. So that's how vital garage is to holding CCTV. If they get these walls open, which typically you'll hard breach this top left corner with a hard breach charge and get in this bottom left corner. So you can force out the player on attack, but I'll get to that later. To force out this player playing rafters. But this is the most important position in this site. You're gonna need an Azami. I'd highly recommend it, and then either a Wamai or a Jaeger. Wamai is probably a little bit better right now for garage because his Wamai gadget can stop Capital arrows, which people typically use to force out this player, whereas Jaeger can't do that just yet. But with the CJX update, Jaeger will be able to stop Capital bolts. So this Rafters player's main job is to contest the garage door, and make sure he doesn't die, either checking lounge or not getting forced out. Buy as much time as you can up here, and then you'll have your other players supporting you as well. Like if you need, I'll get into some different angles, but if you need to, you can always fall back, farther back like here, and then I'll show you an angle where you can open up and get a nice angle if you have an ACOG, or you can play it right on the bomb chassis there, and you'll see them walking up the stairs, forcing out your player. Next, we'll move over to like the main CCTV site. We're gonna rotate, reinforce here, rotate, hold here. Reinforce 2 main walls. You're gonna need a bandit cage, something to deny this wall. If they get this wall open, it's pretty easy to put somebody on a rappel out there and completely cut off this Raptors rotate and even red. Default plant spot is right around here, right on this bomb chassis. It could be covered from outside as well, so just keep that in mind. If they do get this open, they start dumping smokes, you're going to want to either throw a C4 or something over, which you can C4 through this, or smoke through this, C4 through this as well. You can make this a vault hole or a little bit higher where it's just something you can throw in and not something that can be used just to throw gadgets over and not actually jump through, but it's preference on how you want to play it. And then through here, you can throw stuff over. It's a little bit more of a difficult throw in, you'll be exposed, but if the 1v1 they're planting, you can get something over there. Next, we'll move to red. Reinforce this middle wall. Head holes on the left, rotate on the right. You can play from bottom red, or play these head holes here. You're going to want to put some barbed wire or something to alert you of a rat coming up red, because people will do that. 1 reinforcement on the cache wall, and the last reinforcement construction. So how this site will play out, you'll play 1 player construction, 1 red, somebody bandit tricking or K tricking, 2 brow, K 2 brow, bandit 2 brow, whatever. Have somebody playing this wall. I'd recommend honestly bandit and Cade. If you can Cade that wall, Cade trick it, or bandit trick it, and then you can completely deny these walls down here. And then you have a Raptors player, and then the last player you'll need is a lurker somewhere in this lounge area. They can even play like bottom blue, these stairs as well, and come up through like oil pits, because you can get an angle on anybody walking up on your Raptors player from oil. That's pretty much it for this site. The big idea is hold garage for as long as possible. Don't die taking a dumb fight. Like, honestly, swinging this like this, you're probably gonna get yourself killed, and if you lose garage early, the round's pretty much over because they're gonna take that wall. Real easy to get off any devices, gadgets, just from right here, and then you pretty much have no way to contest once they have crossfire here. Person playing that window, somebody might be pushing construction in the garage control. There's nowhere you can go. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Another important piece other than the garage is somebody lurking down in lounge and rafters, or not rafters, lounge and like oil area. They can even push it to bar if needed, if they're taking like a construction side take. But that really is all going to depend on what your construction player is saying. But this player is just to deny the rats that love to just crouch walk up red like this and get a free kill on the person holding this angle that doesn't even know they're there. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this site. I don't think it's that good of a site. It can be picked apart really quick if you lose garage or below. Once you lose garage, you pretty much get forced back into this site, and then they're going to start pinching you from either construction, red, or this window completely cutting off your rotates, or your rotates back into stop default plan. Yeah, that's all for CCTV cash room on Clubhouse. This is the standard top floor attack for gym bedroom on Clubhouse. I'm gonna hit some default cams real quick. One there, one there. Last one's over here. Alright. So this wall here, like in the defensive portion, is going to be the most important part of the defense. You're going to want to get this open. However, probably going to be bandit tricking plus it being castled off, so you're going to have to bring some sort of utility to dump in, because this is not going to be just a clear line of sight like this. If it is, it's a free kill. Just tell your teammate to bait you, and they'll get another free kill playing that window there. Once you get this outside wall open, you really only need one person to hold this angle. They can even hold it from a rappel here, which you can't. They can hold it from here on a rappel, depending on wherever it gets open, even here, adjust. And they can hold the cross from Logi and red stairs, or main stairs. Once that's open, they need to fall off. This hatch will probably be open by this point. Somebody playing here starting to apply pressure on Logi. And then two of your players, so you're going to have two go there, probably your EMPs plus your hard breach. One person contesting that window, if possible, if it's castled. You're probably going to need either completely fall off of that if the wall can't get opened, or dump a lot of utility into getting both that gym castle and the other gym castle. It's going to be roughly around that other door. And then you're going to have some people, two people preferably CC. They can either enter through this wall here or through garage and take below, either through the garage door, this main door here, or the blue door. And if you enter from below here, you can kind of do a pinch with your teammate, either going garage or the main breach for cash. Walk up the stairs, open up this wall if it's not reinforced. If it is reinforced, you can then start opening this wall if you've got the hard breaches and applying pressure. If you get these walls open, it's pretty easy to force the cash player out. Not too much you're going to have to do. They're going to have to give up and fall off this angle. Then you can take cash control here. You don't necessarily need to force your way in, but you will need to be the aggressor because you're going to be funneling people into your teammates. Once you push in, just be aware, probably gonna be head holes here, and there may still be somebody playing cash from somewhere, or construction, playing like the cash from construction, depending on how you've opened it. There's another wall you can open up, direct exterior wall. Typically, it's gonna be banded, muted, caded, whatever, just to deny it. But this wall here can apply more pressure on the construction if you've got it open. And then once you get that main wall open and these windows open, you're going to have your cash or construction player start forcing in and forcing people into your gunfights. You don't need to be swinging here, getting aggressive all that much. You can hold this bathroom for the bathroom player. But you don't need to be getting super aggressive on these windows. Your job is to get the free kills that your cash players are going to get you. Once you've got into the position where you can plant, this is going to be the default plant spot right here, like we talked about, and then you can. I wish I could have this. You can have your player on the rappel here, just holding the cross. Like nobody should be able to come this way. Once this wall's open, this area, this 90 should be completely cut off to the defense. The only way they should be able to get in is through this vault hole. But while you're planting, you should have somebody covering here, because cash will be completely locked off because you're going to have your players over there. That's pretty much it for a basic clubhouse attack. Another way, if you don't think you can get cash super easily, but there is a big gap in Logi, and you can just drop and take this, get a free kill here, and then push in, take Logi control. That's another thing you can do. This is a lot more risky because you can get shot from construction, bedroom, and you can have a main stairs player. If this wall isn't open, just walk in and get a free kill on you. They're probably going to have some sort of intel as well, to be like, hey, yeah, this person has dropped the hatch, and then you're also going to get a big audio cue as well. So main purpose of the attack: get this wall open, force out the construction and cash players, and then start applying pressure from the windows. Or the construction cash players will start applying pressure, and you'll get some free kills on the windows. And then from there, gonna walk in, plant. If that hatch is open, you can play the hatch. If it's reinforced, you can throw a drone in there and sit out here on this window. Doesn't matter. But from below, I mean, free kill somebody trying to go defuse the bomb. So yeah, that's pretty much all for Oregon's gym bedroom, or not Oregon, Clubhouse gym bedroom attack. I'm gonna go talk about a basement attack for Clubhouse. The main goal here will be to take dirt, send one player dirt. It'll be pretty easy. A lot of people don't play dirt. Take your kitchen hatch. Take your moto hatch, and you're going to start establishing vertical pressure any way you can. Once you have your kitchen hatch, if it's caded, you can thermite around it, Habana around it, EMP, whatever you need to do to get the hatch open, because this is going to be our main drop point. Default plant spot is right here in this corner. So you can be exposed to church, but just something to be aware of. Right here in this corner, it's super easy to hold from above, and then you can even open the floor up right there as well. I don't think attacking blue, doing a full blue push is worth it, because there's a lot of defense that can go into it. Like you have your feet holes there, and then you can easily be put into like a three-way crossfire from somebody playing back of arsenal, feet holes and church, and then just on this generator in blue. You can open it just to establish some pressure, but It's not a mandatory part. The big thing with Clubhouse, I think, is to isolate one site. Up top, cash bedrooms, kind of, or not cash, gym bedrooms, kind of different. In my opinion, I think pushing 1 to 2 into CC to just get that control is much easier than just completely isolating gym. But the main idea is to take gym and isolate one site with Clubhouse. So open up the kitchen hatch, establish some vertical, however you can do it. Force out the player that's probably going to be playing back there. Push one kind of near main. Or you can just leave the player upstairs and have them push down main if needed. This will be like, the person pushing down main will be the person holding this vert right here into Moto. They can also fall off that vert and push this Moto hatch if they know somebody's in there and they got a free kill. But they can't walk off that and then have somebody walk up here and deny the plant. And then your dirt player is essentially just going to be putting pressure from off angles and denying some crosses from blue and back of church, or not back of church, back of armory. They don't need to get aggressive at all. They can just hold here and deny crosses. Some teams will make a rotate on this wall here, but if you got your one person going in, planting, smoking, flashbanging, all the utility, because this is kind of an open spot, and you got person holding hatch, person holding bird, person in blue, and then you can have your last person either push 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, you can have your last person either push down blue or start applying pressure blue, or drop with the planter to secure arsenal control and either deny through there if the person's on main, or just get in here and hold an angle like this. This site, as long as you can get this hatch open and cut off their main rotates, you can easily take it. But getting this hatch open is the priority, then followed by Moto hatch, and then blue just to apply pressure as needed. So that's pretty much all for basement of Clubhouse. The last site on Clubhouse for attack is CCTV and cash room. Some teams may go this site first, second, or third. This Clubhouse, in my opinion, all the sites are interchangeable. I have my preference for sites that I like, but other people may have something different. So this wall is going to be a priority. It's 90% of the time it's going to be denied by something, whether that be bandit, mute, cade, whoever it is. And then we're gonna have to bring Thermite Thatcher, somebody, EMPs, even a Maverick. You can Maverick below and then get up on the rappel here and Maverick the top part out and make this wall soft. So you don't need to even worry about those, but that's only if you've got somebody that knows how to Maverick trick. I wouldn't try that just first time off rip. But the big part of this attack is going to be 1, taking that wall, and 2, taking garage. Once you take garage and fully get garage control, this defense falls apart really, really fast. So what I like to do for taking garage, play reinforce these, hard breach there, hard breach here. The reason I put the hard breach there is because I can look in, and I always bring a Capital for this site. I may have missed, or these might have a range on them, but you can smoke grenade, or not smoke, fire grenade, and hit the person bandit tricking right here and force them off the wall if there is a bandit that's bandit tricking. But the big reason for Capital is because after you get that open and get this open, you can walk in here and start firebolting this Raptors player and forcing him off. Once you force this Raptors players off, it's really hard for them to keep garage. The only way they can keep it is if they kill you from lounge or oil, or just peek this hole, like the head holes that may be like right around here. They can peek those head holes and kill you as you're coming up the stairs. But other than that, it's pretty hard to keep garage once you have your rafters player killed or they had to run away. So you're gonna have 2 people go garage, 2 go the main door or the main breach, and then your last player can do one of 2 things. He can either help with the garage push by starting to clear out this bar and lounge area, or what I think is better, start applying pressure from like this window here or construction, whether that be through the logi, but this player needs to just be the pressure player, creating another angle that the defense has to worry about. Because once you get in, it's really hard for them to retake this site because of the angles. Like this breach, you can get some crazy angles just on the rappel outside here. I'll show you that. Just barely showing your head and covering the plant. Like the wall opens up in a nice way. Like you can barely show your head and cover almost all of the plant. Like, so just something to keep in mind. That player that's either going to help the garage take or apply pressure from the CC window or construction is just to apply pressure. They don't need to get in and frag out. Now, if they do have an opening, they can easily hop in and kill a player right here that's blinded or distracted by something else. But their job is going to be to apply pressure and cut off crosses, because you're going to have your 2 garage players take garage. Once garage is fully cleared, your second garage player can fall off and start applying pressure red, or both funnel up garage. It's not bad either way. I think splitting and having one person applying pressure from everywhere is a little bit better. Either it can be 2 people go garage, 1 on the main breach. Once it's open, that main breach player can go like lounge and then up red. Whatever you do, you just need to be isolating one site and then completely cutting off their angles. So through that window, the CC window, then you can rat up red stairs, have your garage open, and then your rafters. Once you have rafters taken, you can walk in and either plant in this default spot or another spot you can plant in if you have this side of the wall open is right here in the corner, and you're not exposed. As long as you turn your back, you're not exposed from this red stairs player, unless they walk up to like, I think it's like right around here. But at that point, the person that's on the breach covering the plant should be able to get a free kill, or your garage player, free kill on him swinging you. But yeah, that's pretty much for garage. And then, like I said, with those Capital bolts, you can hit one and then a second one. Really nowhere for that player to go, and they're just going to get fried up there. Probably killed by this player holding the garage. Free kill. Because they're going to be running away from the fire, not worrying about swinging you. If they do worry about swinging you, they're going to die of the fire. So that's pretty much all for CCTV and cash on Clubhouse.